Whoa!
Okay. They're running into each other.
They are.
Come on.
Oh.
Now he's vibrating all over the place. Okay, so we're playing with science here.
Mm-hmm.
And technology.
It's pulling back so you can see him.
He's going to go backwards. He likes going. This one likes going backwards. This one wants to be front and center, obviously. Okay, so we're going to turn those off now. So that we can actually talk. I don't know if you can even hear any of that stuff. That was fun. Okay, those are cute. Adorable.
That's science, people.
Yeah, so this is a special edition of the Barb and Sherry Show because we have something very exciting to let you know about.
Mm-hmm.
And that is way back in September when nobody knew anything about this. Sherry had an idea, and then Barbara had an idea, and then we put our two ideas together, got some more help from the rest of the library staff,
Mm-hmm.
and put together a proposal for a grant. And in December, they granted us the grant.
They granted us the grant.
So, thanks to a grant from the
Mm-hmm.
Federal Institute of the Museum and Library Services, awarded by the State Library of Ohio, we have a new BPL STEAM Club. And if you don't know what STEM is, it's science, technology, engineering, and math. STEAM just adds an A
Mm-hmm.
for art, which also is design, art and design. So that's what we have. And the objectives for the project are to make available I'm going to read this, okay? To make available each month for 8 months a new grab-and-go STEAM kit for pickup by club members. 2 kits will be supplied during June, July, and August to help prevent summer slide. Each kit will include a specific activity, instructions, and the components needed to complete it, along with a list of science disciplines involved, lesson plan suggestions, including how to use scientific method, key vocabulary and definitions. Also included will be at least 3 additional activities projects that can be done with the same components and some additional items that can be found at home. So, these kits will provide at least 1 hands-on STEAM learning experience per week throughout the timeline.
Right.
A secondary objective is to create and establish additional clubs and in-house programming for enhanced or expanded learning in specific science and technology sub-areas such as coding,
Mm-hmm.
robotics, drones, electronics, sound and video recording, or others as requested by the members. Okay. Now, the club is intended for homeschooled students ages 6 and up. Preference will be given initially during pre-registration, which is happening now, by the way.
Yep, happening now.
To homeschoolers from Crawford, Marion, and Wyandot counties, with 100 spots for ages 6 through 10 and 100 spots for 11 and up. If these spots are not completely filled by homeschoolers, other school students from a waiting list will be allowed to fill the remaining spots. So, if you're not homeschooled, or if you're a parent who has traditional students,
Mm-hmm.
you can go ahead and sign up now, because the waiting list will be first come, first serve. So we will still have them at least on the list. So
Right.
if we don't fill all those spots when we're ready to go, which will happen probably the beginning of February, or middle of February,
Yeah.
the way we're looking at it now, then we will go ahead and add those from the waiting list. All right, so all participants and the responsible parent or legal guardian will need to be Bucyrus Public Library card holders, or sign up for a card, which you can do online. Okay?
And the reason we ask the adults to sign up for a card if they don't have one is that we are going to be purchasing additional items for some of these projects that will only be able to be checked out on an adult's card.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, some of the more expensive items, makey, and the microbits, snap circuits, and things of that nature, and those are going to be adult only cards. So the adult has to sign up with them. And also the other thing is that we can send out text messages then when the kits are ready to be picked up, and reminders and things of that nature. on the adult card. We won't do that on the kids card. We won't be sending them messages, but we'll be sending the adult messages. So
right, and there'll be statistical things that we'll have to fill out for this grant to send back to the state library, who will send it back on to the IMLS, that we will need this card information for.
Right, and everybody, everybody loves to give you some money, but they want some statistics back on how was this used and how helpful was it.
Right.
So what's one of the things you're going to get in each one of the kits is a survey, which
sort of an evaluation.
Yeah, it's an evaluation of, and you can be honest, and it's anonymous. When you come in to pick up your kit, there'll be a box where you can put that in. So you don't put your name on it or anything. And it is to be filled out by the child who is the member. But it can be with help from the parent. Because, we do have some ages like, I can't even read this, Mom. What did it want? So yeah, you can actually help them. And on the back, if the parent wanted to give some additional input, then they can go ahead and do that. So let's get into what you're going to get. Let's start with, here we go. This is the supply case, which you are going to get when we actually do sign-ups. We say, okay, you're registered, come in. You'll sign this little piece of paper for the registration, and you will get this supply kit. Go ahead and open it. It's the top piece, the seed piece. Barbara had to help me figure this thing out. There we go. Okay. Pencil, eraser, glue stick, kind of some simple, obvious stuff.
That you'll be using again and again.
Yeah. And then inside, you'll have a 2-tier, basically tackle box. You'll get scissors. Okay. You're going to get a magnifying glass, some safety glasses, and a protractor here for doing angles, with also a 6-inch ruler on the bottom of it. We didn't want to crowd too much. That doesn't look like much in this kit. But what you're going to be getting with each one of the kits is, and then you're going to get things like this is copper tape, which you use to do circuits with. So you'll be getting things like that.
Which is what was used to make our little...
Yeah, that's what we used to make those move. Along with, okay, so you get, let me take this apart here. You're going to get, this is a little cell battery vibrational motor. So basically, that's what makes these things go. And you'll get, let me pull this one out. You're going to get cell batteries, Now, this isn't all in the first kit. These are in different kits. You'll be getting different things to do the projects. Those are alligator clips. And you'll be getting, if you can see these, anyone know what LEDs are? So it's really, really tiny. It's hard to tell you what. These are LEDs. Let's see if I can get one to light up. Turn it the right way. There we go.
Wow. Science.
Oh, anyway, you'll get different colored LEDs to do different things with. And like I said, that's what I've got right now for the most part. So each kit will have some components. And these components then are yours to keep, along with the tackle box, along with the other supplies that are in this. So basically, you'll be finding spots to put these things. Now, honestly, you may end up, of course, going out and buying your own cell battery later on. Right. Because the batteries are only going to last so long. And if the kid's doing different things with it, then your battery's going to run down. Or if they're playing with it all day long, it's going to run down. And you're going to need a new one. So we will, if I do have another kit that includes batteries, I will have the cell batteries with it. But if it doesn't, if it includes like some of the larger motors and stuff that you already had from a different experiment, then you'll be using the one you had. Now, what you'll also be getting is a notebook, and we're calling this. We have labels that'll be put on them. It says a data book. So although there's no grading, okay, this is supposed to be hands-on experience playing with science, right? Okay, and technology. Okay, so there isn't any grading. We don't expect a grade back. But we do ask that you keep a logbook, and it depends on what age group you are as to how much you're actually going to put in that. Because
real scientists do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're going to keep a data log of whatever experiments that they're doing.
Right. You'll have a date down. You'll say what it was. what the experiment was, and then kind of just some observations on it, and so that's what you'll keep in there. And this is starting you out on science study in terms of you know um, how to keep those kind of records and stuff. So if you did a race with things, you might put the time of which one won or how it won or how many seconds more it took or something like that. If like ours, this one here, it only wanted to go backwards. Okay. Now the thing to figure out from that point is, why did it only want to go backwards? What was it about this design that made it want to go backwards? It's probably because I put all the weight back here on the back.
Could be. That's a hypothesis.
There you go. A hypothesis.
Yes, science words.
Yes, I think it's because of this, and then you test it to see whether that's it by putting it on the front, see if it still goes backwards.
Right.
So, okay, you're also going to get a 3-ring binder that's empty right now, but you will initially get a few things in here, like a card that explains scientific method, some cleaning instructions. I mean, one of the things is storage and cleaning, keeping your equipment neat and clean. And the reason we're giving you a box is so that, especially if you have more than one kid, everybody's going to have their own. They're going to be able to put their names on them. And then when you want to do an experiment, your stuff is already in your kit. Is already in your supply case. You're not running around going, oh, where can I find this? Where can I find that? Which I do that at home all the time. It's like, hey, I guess I'm going to do this tomorrow night because I can't find the stuff. Okay, so as for things that parent will be able to get, now this is cut for coding. This is scratch cards, okay? And scratch cards go with it's a free international coding organization online. You get to do the coding online. And these cards, which are free online as well, okay, but you got them right in your hand. It gives you this is for virtual pets. It will give you all the instructions in the scratch exactly how to make one of those virtual pets. So you'll be able to borrow those. Here, you can explain this one. We should have brought it in there.
Oh, the Snap Circuits Junior. Basically, you can be able to build over 100 different electronics projects.
And again, that's another one that's teaching circuitry and electronics and technology and design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it shows you on the back. And this is all the stuff that they include. So, again, it's another building circuits and making things turn or making things beep.
I know, it's got fans, it's
making
got motors,
things light up.
And horns.
And horns!
Maybe we should do one that has an alarm or makes a buzzer. Okay, so this is microbits. Okay, microbit comes in a kit like this, and this is basically your circuit card. Okay, and it's got 2 A and B buttons on it. It's got light emitting diodes. You can do messages on it. It comes with a cord here that you can then attach this to your computer. But what you can do then is you do something in Scratch and you connect this to it, and you can use things like a wand to do things on the screen and different things of that. And of course it has a battery case with it as well, so that you're not just using the power, say, from a computer. I've used that on several different things to make, like I said, instead of a mouse, we were using a wand. We had one where we had a ketchup bottle, and you could make it go splat on the screen. So every time you squeezed the ketchup bottle, it made like a ketchup splat. Yeah. So these are really some interesting. There's a ton of other things you can do with it,
right?
And as I said, you can light it up to make different messages. I've seen people use it for artwork, where it has sensors in it. So when someone touches here, it lights up these LEDs across this, so they make flowers bloom and things of that nature. So depending on your age, you can do a lot of other different things with it. We also have Parker. And like I said, with the grant, we're going to be buying a bunch of other things that we do. This will include some STEM books as well. And other than like your regular library card, the STEM products that we're getting with the grant, we're going to highlight those particular cards as being in the club. So those are the members that are going to be able to take out these items, because that's part of the club in terms of being with the grant. That way you don't show up to get a particular item only to find out that somebody else has already taken it out, or someone, it's always out. It's always on reserve. It's only going to be for those 200 club members. which will have less parents because obviously some parents they're gonna have more than one student.
Right.
So it's based on however many actual adults are on the cards as to how often those are going to get pulled out. So